Well, we must make a quick correction because it is Dr. Bruce in tonight for the able-bodied Dr. Drew. He is off skiing and pumping his kids full of prescription medications, I'm sure. Dr. Bruce has been here before. He's a hell of a guy. He's not only a doctor. Yeah, that's the microphone there, by the way, Dr. Bruce.
Thanks. That helps.
He collects guitars. He used to collect sports cars before he got married. So he's not only a doctor, but he's an actual human being.
With normal male human being middle-aged problems.
Relax, I'm not dropping my pants. Let me get the phone number out, 1-800-LOVE-191. The fax number, 310-854-4455. Tonight's guest, Ruby. We have Leslie Rankin from Ruby. She is out in the hall. She will be joining us soon enough. And until then, we will go to the phones. Lisa. Hi, you're on Loveline.
Oh, thanks. This is great. I have a question for the doctor.
Here he is.
I had a dream the other night that I was lost. But then when I found out where I was, there's this guy there. Do you know anything about dreams at all? This is really bothering.
I'm not Sigmund Freud, but I can take a stab at it. I do a lot of emergency medicine, so maybe that'll help me.
I figure you're a doctor. You might know. I asked my psychology teacher up at my college, and she didn't know. Go figure.
I'm thinking it means you're lesbian.
I don't think so.
Give me a chance. I'm kinder and gentler.
Yeah, go ahead, Doc. Put the kid gloves on, Doc. Let's go. Yes.
Oh, that's it?
That's the dream, I guess.
That's it.
So wait a minute, Lisa. Are you disturbed by the fact that you fell asleep, wandered somewhere in your dream, and there was somebody there?
This happened like a half hour's time. I didn't know you can dream in that quick of a time, but I was just wondering what it means in your dream that you're lost. It's just bothering me. I know a lot of people have always said, it means this, and that, but I don't remember what this, and that was.
I'm at a loss to help you.
You guys don't know what it means?
I know what it means.
Friends hotline?
I'm sticking to my lesbian line.
I don't think so, man.
No, I think when you dream that you're lost, here's what
there was a man there, and I found where I was.
All right, let me. First off, that was a woman wearing a suit. That wasn't a man.
No.
All right, let me explain what dreams are. Dreams are sort of the manifestation, obviously, of what's going on in your head, but they're more the literal manifestation, meaning if you're feeling lost in your life, let's say spiritually, don't laugh, Lisa, I'm telling you the truth here, then when you have a dream, you're going to be lost physically. Literally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you, I have one reoccurring dream, and it is only one, and unfortunately it's not a sexual dream. I never have sex dreams. You know what that is? Because I always masturbate before I go to bed. So I think it takes all the starch out of me before I actually hit the pillow. But the point is my reoccurring dream that I'll have when I'm not taking care of things is I'll dream that I see an animal, a polar bear or a dog or whatever. It'll latch onto my arm or leg, and it'll come down hard with the jaw like a pit bull would. And if I rip my arm away, it's going to do more damage. But if I stay and don't move, I'm just going to be gnawed off eventually.
Were you bitten by a dog at a young age?
No, it has nothing to do with that. I explored this. And you know what it is? It's when I'm unfinished business. Meaning, let's say I got a parking ticket, I never took care of it, and it went to warrant. If I go in and take care of it, it's going to cost $300 now. But if I don't move, it's going to keep getting worse. You know what I'm saying? So pulling the arm away represents going in and paying it, and not moving represents it accumulating interest in the courts.
That's a neurotic dream.
Is it?
That's very neurotic.
You can leave,
Lisa,
you're gay.
I think that was Drew from the grave.
Lisa, any background, any relationship issues going on?
With the guy, though, was this guy I kind of had the hots for.
The guy you saw?
Yeah.
Well, that's different. Why didn't you say it was a guy you recognized?
I didn't want to cut you off. I didn't want to,
No, I mean at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a guy.
Uh-huh.
You get lost, and then you find him.
Uh-huh.
Okay, he is the answer, then. He is your guide. That's what you're thinking.
Okay.
And there's some uncertainty here. You don't know where it's going with him yet.
Right.
And the uncertainty's in the dream.
You with me?
I can hardly hear you.
All right, listen. You there?
Yeah.
All right, go to bed. We're off to a flying start, Dr. Bruce. Bruce, you into that mic okay?
Yeah.
You've got the thing turned at a funky angle. I'm just used to Drew. I'm sorry, man. I missed that guy. Sarah.
Hello there.
Hey, you're on Loveline.
How are you this evening?
Good. We have Dr. Bruce sitting in for Dr. Drew.
Great. Well, I'm hoping he can help me out tonight. I have a little bit of a strange question. Is it true that women can ejaculate? My boyfriend said I squirted him. Yeah.
It's like a Gallagher concert in your bedroom, huh?
Yeah, and it's like gotten to the point where like the sheets have gotten soaked through and stuff.
About now, I'm wishing Drew was here, too.
He's not.
No, ejaculate is semen, which is a male. It's a product of the male reproductive organs or system.
Oh,
and so you can have secretions. Some women have a lot of secretions. That's... where's that coming
Mike
from?
The engineer
Mike the engineer
is earning his $4 an hour tonight.
He's doing a great job there. So, absolutely, women cannot ejaculate, but they can have a lot of secretions, and that can cause this kind of a situation.
Ejaculation is the substance, not the act.
Him. Like, it like came out and like shot him in the face.
Yeah, he's doing. Dr. Bruce is caught in the semantics of the whole question. You're coming essentially.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
And there's muscular contractions and something squirts
and
out.
it's akin to a male ejaculating.
Akin, nah.
Yes. Why
it's
not?
Analogous.
Oh, for Christ's sake. I'm going to toss you right out of here.
You guys are so nitpicky here.
I know.
So is this a problem or...
It is for your boyfriend.
No, it's not a problem. It's not a health or physiologic problem, but it's just the variance you have from one individual to another.
Yeah. You are not alone here, Sarah. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
There are many women. I was just talking to a friend of mine. I will not name him, but I went out to dinner with him. He's married and whatnot, and he said to me, we were talking about some old girlfriend of his, and he said she did this. Now, I've never happened to be with a woman who's done that. Then again, rarely do my women reach orgasm. But I'm thinking even if they did, they wouldn't have done that. And so there is a certain...
Turn him on? Did he like it a lot?
Oh, yeah. He loved it. He's blind in one eye, but he loved it.
Okay, well, thanks for the reassurance.
Sarah, you're a little atypical, but you're not a freak.
Oh, what a relief.
All right?
Okay,
so,
thanks.
Yeah, don't join the circus just yet. Are you okay with that last comment? Can we move on?
I think that we've covered that call completely.
All right, let's go back to the phones. Jay.
Yes.
You're on Loveline with Dr. Bruce.
Yes, I have this problem. I've been, friends with this girl for about 6 years now. And, for a month now, we've been, dating. Mm-hmm. And everything's been cool and everything. But recently, her father, since he found out I'm black, half white and black, and she's white, that he doesn't want us to date no more. And I wanted to know, what should I do about that?
Is that the reason he's giving, or is he giving some BS reason?
He just said 'cause I'm black.
Yeah, but is he stupid enough or racist enough or white trash enough to say, I don't want you going out with this guy because he's black?
Yeah, but he would never tell me to my face. He would always, either have her sister tell me or have somebody, pass the word or something like that. He would just never get on the phone.
Right, but the word is, you're black, you can't go out with my daughter.
Exactly.
And you're 18. How old is she?
16.
Okay. Does her age have anything to do with the situation, her being too young to go out with you because you're 18, or it's clearly that he's concerned with your color?
No, she said their parents said she can date up to 3 years older.
Well, that's interesting. So when she's 33, she could go out with the 36-year-olds and have her parents' approval. But it's illegal, isn't it, for an 18-year-old to have sex with a 16-year-old?
Oh, but we're not having sex, though.
I don't think it's illegal, 18 to 16.
Oh, sure it is.
Is it?
Well, one of them's a minor and the other one's an adult.
I didn't think it was illegal. I don't think that's statutory.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure we'll have an attorney call in.
We had a guy the other night call in. He did time in jail. He was 19 and she was 17 or 15. All right, quit listening to the show, would you, Doc?
I was driving home from the hospital.
I can't get anything past this guy. Jay, what does she think? Because that's the real question.
Okay, she doesn't want to break up with me at all. But they're saying, well, if you don't break up with him, we're going to send you to boarding school.
What the hell are these parents thinking?
I do not know at all.
You're a good guy. You treat her right.
Yeah.
That's about all that should matter. I know it's a real sad commentary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a real difficult situation, and in situations like this, parents sometimes pressure the kids into acting out or doing things dishonestly. It almost teaches you not to communicate honestly. Obviously, it's teaching her that because her father's a bigot. It sounds like. So, do you go to when you go out on dates? Do you go out and do things as a group, or you just is there some way you could diffuse his?
Can you lie?
No,
that's what Dr. Bruce is asking.
Yeah, that's like sort of what we're doing like right now and everything.
Right.
We're like playing like pager tag or whatever. You page me, I'll call her back or whatever.
Yeah, pager's not a real good thing to have hanging from your belt when you go to meet the folks. Just in general, no matter what color you are, pager's always bad. Parents immediately think drug dealer.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, so you may want to remove the pager if you do have the chance to go over there and meet the folks. But I would say just carry on and just do it in a low-profile way. I mean, you couldn't tell him to break up just because the dad's a bigot.
No. Have you gotten to know the dad at all? Is he willing to talk to you? Or
no, he won't say nothing to me. He won't even meet me.
What's he think of Eddie Murphy?
I don't even know.
Would he mind that?
I mean, he has like black friends and everything. He just doesn't want his daughter to like date black guys, I guess.
Yeah. The other thing is if there's another adult that you guys can talk to and maybe have you help loosen things up with her parents. But it's a very difficult situation. And in Southern California here, it's a ethnic melting pot. A lot of kids I deal with get into those issues, and it's amazing in different cultures where it's not just a black-white issue with Asians. There are different areas of bigotry and Europeans, and it's unfortunate that's the way the world is, and that's the way a lot of adults are. And I think teens today are a lot more open and accepting of other cultures, and it's tough. If I know sometimes I've worked with a counselor in dealing with teens that have these kind of issues, and especially the 16, 18-year-old. She's at the age where the parents are still going to be protective, and they can threaten to send her away, and she probably perceives it as there's not much she can do. So sometimes waiting a while until she gets a year or so more, and maybe they'll loosen up a little bit.
Jay, you're going to have to just sort of play it cool, do a little song and dance, and just sort of wait it out until it just becomes reality to them. Eventually, no matter what parents don't like, if you can do it long enough, it just becomes reality. It's like if you got your nose pierced and your folks hated it, if you could keep that hoop in your ear for long enough, eventually your parents would just move on to something else they didn't like about you and let that one go. Am I right, Bruce?
Excellent advice.
Is it true you're married to an Eskimo?
No, but I have many Eskimo friends.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Tom.
Yeah.
You're on Loveline.
What's going on?
Oh, we're just sitting here having a good time. Glad it's Thursday.
Yeah. I have a question for Adam.
Mm-hmm.
I just recently found out I was gay.
Uh-huh. You get that thing in the mail from Ed McMahon?
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're gay. You've been selected.
And I don't know how to tell my mom. I mean, it would just crush her.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say to her.
Do you need to tell her?
Yeah, probably.
Why?
Well, she'll find out eventually, won't she?
Yeah. But are you living with her now?
Yeah, I'm 19.
Okay, and you have any plans of moving out?
Yeah, next year.
Like an hour after you tell her you're gay?
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah.
I would not burden her with this emotionally. I mean, unless it's the type of thing where you knock some guy up and he's got to move in or something. I don't even know if you're a doctor, Bruce. You tell me if that's possible. The thing is, Tom, everybody has this sort of impulse to come clean these days.
Yeah.
And it always seems to be at the wrong time. Like they don't want to tell their girlfriend they have herpes, but they want to tell their mom they got a cock ring. But the point is I wouldn't tell her. Why does she need to know?
Tom sounds like a serious caller. It sounds like this is bothering you quite a bit, and you thought about it for a while.
It's been bothering me for about 3 months.
Do you think your mom has any idea you're gay?
She hasn't said anything, but I don't think so.
Does she have any sort of religious or other preconceived belief system that would affect her?
We're Christian, so I don't know. We don't really believe in being gay, but...
Does she have that I'm for Buchanan bumper sticker on her car?
No.
All right, you could be okay then.
Well, if she's very legalistic and rigid about this, then have you talked to a counselor?
No.
Are you concerned about, she's going to pass out and she's going to get extremely upset about it or react?
I think she'll just, like not talk to me or, just kind of block me out.
Yeah. At the stage you're at in your life, if you are gay, it's important to have a lot of support, especially when you're going to let a parent or your parents know. Sometimes dealing with friends coming out of the closet, you do need a lot of support because it's very stressful, and I can sense that you're exhibiting or experiencing some stress through this at this point. So have you been to any counseling, or do you have any friends in common, people that know your mom that might be able to buffer the...
Well, I don't know. Well, I mean, my real close friends know. They don't really have a problem with it, but I don't know. I don't really wouldn't want them to have them talk to my mom for me.
No, but being there for you, I think you're going to have to decide the time and the place to do it, and you probably have a pretty good idea of your mom's reaction.
Yeah.
And being aware.
I should tell her before I move out, or
no. I'm going no. I mean, let's look at it this way: who are you trying to protect? Your mom or you?
Me.
You.
Yeah.
Because either way, you shouldn't tell her before you move out, because she could make it hell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I really wouldn't. I understand this is weighing on you, and it really shouldn't, because you have nothing to feel guilty or bad about. This is just a lifestyle choice or a sexual proclivity. There's nothing wrong with it. So if you don't feel bad about it, why make her feel bad about it? I know you feel bad about lying, but you're not lying. You're just not telling her what you are. I don't go to my folks' house and tell them I have a jugs fetish every other night. I go like once a week and tell them that, but I don't go every other night. So, Tom, I wouldn't say anything. I would move out and let them get onto it. Yeah, let them get onto it.
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
And give them the little signs, put the squeegee in the bathroom, let them find that. Next time they go to the market, tell them to pick up a little extra yogurt, maybe some diet soda and some kitty litter. Let them sort of stumble onto it. Am I right, Bruce?
I think you missed your calling. You've got such sensitivity and insight with these people.
Let's see. Sarah.
Yeah, hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Good. Well, surprise, surprise, Doc, I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
I've been having problems keeping wet when I'm having sex with my boyfriend, and I just don't know why.
You're 17. How old is he?
21.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Call the feds.
No, it's a good relationship, though. We're both really happy, and it seems to be going good.
Okay, well, there are lubricants you can buy, in the drugstore, and lubrication is it's a complex endpoint for many factors. Physiologic, it has to do with your arousal state, the central nervous system messages to set the glands to secreting. So it's a pretty complex problem. If you had a pelvic exam and if you've been medically checked out in the last year, had your pap smear?
Not recently, no.
Okay, that's a good place to start, and just have an exam, make sure everything's okay mechanically, and then sometimes part of this is there's whether there's stress involved. It sounds like if your sex life is good and there's it's not a stressful thing, then sometimes just using a lubricant that you can buy in the drugstore. And there are
good 30-way. Dave.
No.
Yeah, how you doing?
You're on Loveline.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, I got a bit of a problem there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been going out with this girl for a while. She's a senior in high school, and I'm a freshman in college. And her parents are cool about me coming over on the weekends and everything. And her mom's always been nice to me, and she's like a splitting image of her and everything. And she always plays around me, tell me I have a nice butt and pinching and everything, but I thought it was just playful flirting. And then one day I woke up in the morning before she did, and I was going to take a shower. And once in the shower, you can't hear nothing because they have glass sliding doors and a radio. And then I was in there, and her mom came in, and so my penis was erect as soon as I saw her naked. And also, I was in shock and all. She came in and inserted it in her, started moving around.
Uh-huh.
And then she just stopped and said, "We'll continue this when it's more convenient."
The old bogus call.
I'm going the bogus route on that one because whenever a guy is caught off guard, the erection is not the first thing that happens.
You are a psychologist. That's very astute.
I know. Men spend hours trying to deal with their penis. It doesn't just come flying up when mom comes strolling in. Especially I've seen most moms nude, by the way. Oh, yes. This is not a pretty sight. There's hair where hair shouldn't be. There's stretch marks that go around it like the prime meridian. What is that on the globe?
I don't know.
The equator, but there's also the... All right, well, anyway.
And that's a very inappropriate situation. Obviously, we can get into the serious side of that. That's an abusive act by the girlfriend's mother. Very inappropriate. No boundaries there.
It is.
Very unhealthy situation.
And unless you forgot your penis and left it in the bathroom, there's no excuse for her getting it up in her and moving it around for you.
It's assault.
It's assault with a deadly penis. Use a penis, go to prison. That's the law.
Hi, this is Victoria Paris, and you're listening to Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Well, Victoria Paris, the porn star. Let me get the phone numbers out. 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. We have Ruby in here. That is Leslie Rankin and Mark Walk. Good evening.
Hello.
And Ruby is basically, Mark, are you the engineer?
No, we write.
A producer?
We write and produce and record together. We are a team.
But you don't go out on the road we were just talking about.
No,
he's smart.
Very smart.
And Leslie, you put a band together.
Yep.
And you have a band.
Yep.
And they're just sitting in one room waiting for a phone to ring.
Yeah.
When you're good and ready to go out on the road, right?
Oh, well, we're out on the road just now, and we have been for about the past 6 weeks or something, yeah.
Where are you from, Chicago?
Yeah.
Don't you know a Chicago accent when you hear it?
I know the Windy City.
Typical Midwestern accent here. Midwestern via a small town in Scotland, basically.
Oh, really? And you've been out here for how long?
I've touring just about a week, I think, but I've spent probably most of the last 3 years in various places in the States. So.
You make your home here in the United States, or you live in Scotland?
Here, somewhere. What? I am at the present time utterly and desperately homeless.
Well, we're in Los Angeles now.
Yeah, I kind of gathered that.
But we go all around the country because we're big time.
Yep.
Now, you were at House of Blues Tuesday night.
Yep.
Doing
a benefit thing for Rock the Vote.
Oh yeah. We have this.
For Rock the Vote.
We have this thing out here where people. I don't know what it's like in Scotland, but here people don't seem to want to vote. So
it's pretty much the same in Britain. I think there are probably like 2/3 of the population can't be bothered voting and don't think there's anybody worth voting for. Therefore, the crap government that we've had for like 20 years is still there.
But they don't do it because they think they're going to get it, car bombed or something, don't they? I mean, we don't vote just because everyone's stoned and wants to watch TV.
We don't vote just because there's probably nobody worth voting for. You know, each one is as bad as the other. All the car bombing is basically to do with the IRA and the
all right, let's not. Yeah, we won't turn this a big political forum because I don't know what part of Chicago Scotland's in, so I don't even want to get into this.
It's the Upper West Side, actually.
I want to talk about Saltpeter, which is the name of the CD, because we talk about Saltpeter on this show all the time, and
really?
It's really been Now, not the CD Saltpeter, but in a way we are giving it a plug.
Yeah.
We talk. It's potassium chloride. I always screw this up. It's potassium something.
I believe that's.
Yeah, and
it's not a mainline FDA drug. But why do you guys always talk about
potassium nitrate? Well, I talk about it because it's something that it's salt that goes to your peter. It essentially nullifies your penis.
No, it's salt from your peter.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You kid.
No, they scrape it off.
When it rains, it pours. Wasn't that the... All right, anyway. The point is we talk about this because we had Tony Bennett in the other night. He was talking about...
What, he uses it a lot, does he?
Not anymore.
Oh, really? He doesn't have to?
No, when you get to be that age, God sort of injects his own little saltpeter into the bloodstream, and it takes care of the penis itself. I think it's the prostate that does that. But the point is... look at...
You're making some sense. It is
potassium
nitrate.
Potassium nitrate.
Yes, that's what it is.
And they'll use it, or they used to use it in prisons, and they used to use it in the military. And Tony Bennett was saying that when he was in the military in World War I, when he was in the infantry, they put that in all the food, and nobody got an erection, and, the barracks, everyone went to bed at 8. That's basically it.
That doesn't seem to be the most conducive thing to the sort of fighting instinct, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, in the middle of war, you think that they'd be
They'd
clear
want
and all...
erections,
you think the guy'd
want them to get a bit excited about things.
He'd want to have the bayonet working if he was going to be storming a trench or something.
Right.
But really, no, because it takes all the blood out of the brain and the legs and the other vital things you need for fighting and puts it right to the penis, and everyone would just stay in their bunker. Let's talk about some of the titles on saltpeter very quickly.
Okie dokie.
All right, we got tiny meat.
Yeah. Has absolutely nothing to do with the male genitalia.
No. What is it, those cocktail weenies? What are you talking about?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. No, it's basically a sort of metaphor for a fickle heart, like someone who doesn't know the difference between love and lust.
So meat would be the heart?
Yes.
Okay. What about swallow, baby? Now that's got to be something.
Yeah, definitely. That's pretty obvious, really. Yeah.
All right, so that's just pure sexual.
Yeah, but it's I don't know, it's not very sort of blatantly kind of trying to be a sexy song or something. It's basically about power and the way that the male has always been dominant over the female and all that kind of crap, you know.
Not in her world.
As you get
not anywhere near me.
She fed me saltpeter all throughout the making of the record.
As you get serious with these, Adam gets disappointed and he wants to go back to the more literal adolescent aspects of the titles.
Thank you for that, Dr. Bruce.
Getting mine in here too.
Hey, someone's taking your stethoscope. There it goes. All right, we're going to go to the phones. We're going to get all sorts of bizarre calls, and you guys are going to jump in and help us out. Shannon.
Hi.
Hey, you're on Loveline with Ruby.
Hi. Me and my boyfriend have been together for almost a year. It'll be a year in April. I cheated on him when we first started going out, and he just found out a couple days ago, or like a week ago. Well, he wants me to, like, I guess, prove to him that I'm sorry. Like, he doesn't believe me. Be quiet for a second, boo. And he wants me to, like, prove to him that I'm sorry, and I want to know how can I do that?
Who's in the background there?
It's my daughter.
From him?
No. From...
How old are you, Shannon?
I'm 18.
So how old's your daughter?
She's 3.
Wow. That's...
I had her when I was 15.
So you're
pregnant when I was 14.
And this is another guy?
Yeah, it's the guy that I cheated on him with when we first started going out actually was her dad.
Oh, okay, your daughter's. Your old boyfriend.
Yeah.
All right. That's not so bad.
No.
Oh, it is.
Well, here's what you tell the guy. It's like, look at it this way, sweetheart. Instead of having sex 300 times, we had sex 301 times. I mean, you know what I mean?
Like that.
Does that make any sense, Leslie?
No.
No. I think, how long have you been going out with him? A year?
Almost a year, yeah.
And he's just found out now?
Excuse me?
What?
He's just found out just now.
Yeah, like a week ago.
How did he find out?
But the thing is, like, if you're still with him after a year, doesn't that prove to him that you still love him more than you? I mean, if you wanted your kid's father so much, you'd be with him, wouldn't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's married too. Not my boyfriend, my baby's father.
Oh, so he was cheating on his wife. You're cheating on your new boyfriend.
Yeah.
August very
Seems
messy.
even.
Yeah. Fair enough.
No, but wait a minute, but your boyfriend didn't cheat on anybody.
No, my boyfriend didn't cheat on me.
All right, here's the deal. There is a sort of cheating zone right at the beginning of every relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when the relationship is...
He's not more upset that I cheated on him because he does understand that it was the beginning of the relationship and stuff. He's more upset that I've been lying to him for the last 9 or 10 months about it.
Did he ask you every day?
Just about, yeah.
Oh.
Wait a minute, he asked
really
you...
sick.
Yeah, that's bad. You mean
because he knew because he was my baby's father was coming over to the house, and I told him nothing was going on, and then I told my baby's father don't come over anymore, and so he stopped coming over. Well, my boyfriend and my baby's father became friends like 2 months ago.
Okay, hold on now, Shannon.
Don't you think you should move to a new city and start again?
City, should go to another planet. I've brought this up before. You know what? I want to shake Shannon's life like an Etch-a-Sketch. Do you know what an Etch-a-Sketch is? It's that little red thing that you draw, and then when it comes out bad, you make a wrong turn, you just shake it up and start new. I think maybe you need to do this with your life.
I'm trying.
How old, when you were 14, how old was the baby's father? Or how much older is he now?
17. He was 16 or 17.
And so now does he take responsibility in your daughter's life?
No.
Okay. So I think, have you been to any kind of counseling?
Oh, yeah.
Because I think you have to look at, what was going on in your mind when you've been cheating on your current boyfriend, and are you ready for that relationship, and have you done some soul searching?
I am, and I keep telling him that, that then, because I've had a lot of bad relationships, and I keep telling him, well, how did I know that you were going to be the one, that I was going to fall in love with and, stay with? Because we live together, me and my current boyfriend.
Oh, okay. So now the plot thickens. Even more shaking of the Etch-a-Sketch is now necessary. Yeah. Shannon, you can't make this up with one fell swoop. It's not like, all right, baby, I'm going to give you a good paddling. We'll get it all out, and then everything's going to be back to normal.
Sounds like a pretty good idea.
Although, yeah, well, if you're into the or thing, yeah. Shannon, you're going to have to just apologize profusely for lying to this guy for upwards of a year. And somehow convince him that this is not going to be a recurring trait in your personality.
That's how I need to, how do I do that?
You can't do it in one evening.
Oh, yeah, I know. He had to go to L.A. for a week, and he's down there right now. And so, in his...
All right, do you have his phone number, Shannon?
I have his brother's phone number where he's staying. I don't know if he's home or not.
All right, we're going to put you on hold.
Okay.
And we're going to try to call him.
Okay.
And Mark and Leslie from Ruby are going to talk some sense in this guy, because somehow in Scotland they have certain ways of handling things like this. Am I right?
It usually involves a large stick with a nail in the end of it, though. You don't want to get
I just kind of want to check up on him anyway.
Yeah, he could be screwing around with his own brother, this guy. All right, Shannon, so we're going to put you on hold.
Okay.
If we can't get hold of the guy and we never talk to you again, Godspeed. And we'll be back. Let me give the phone numbers out real fast. 1-800-LOVE-191. The fax number, 310-854-4455. We're here with Leslie Rankin and Mark Walk from Ruby. They're baffled by the troubles of the American youth. Would that be a correct statement?
I don't know. I think it's pretty much prevalent in Britain as well.
Do you have the same problems all around the world, or at least in your part?
I think so. Like teenage pregnancy and people thinking that the most important thing in their life is to find a partner and settle down and have kids.
Well, what about drugs in Scotland? Is there a lot of that going around?
Especially in places like Edinburgh. The worst thing is the poverty and people sharing needles and getting AIDS and stuff like that.
Right. Now, when AIDS sort of hit the scene here, at least came into the consciousness, was about of America was like 86, 87. People were really starting to catch on to it. It wasn't some bizarre mystery homosexual disease anymore. It was still kind of a homosexual disease, but people knew about it. Well, look, I don't mean to sound politically incorrect, but in 86, 87, people thought it was just the gays are having AIDS.
Right.
But we knew that they had AIDS. Now, it was before we didn't even know what the hell it was. But the point is they were talking about giving out sterilized needles at that point, I remember, to try to stem the spread of this disease from the gay community or from the IV drug-using community into the heterosexual community. And they talked about handing out free needles and clean needles to junkies, and the Pat Buchanans of the world and the rest of these type of right-wing a-holes said, oh, no, This would be a horrible idea. We are condoning drug use if we do this. And now, thanks to them, in part, the disease has made its way into all aspects of society. I think it's a bonehead maneuver. I think we should have taken a C-130, filled it full of syringes, and just dropped it over Los Angeles. Throw some condoms and maybe some soda in there, too, because people get thirsty when they're shooting up and having sex. But, you know what I mean? Do they give out the needles in Edinburgh?
No, they have the same problem, although I don't think it's religious based, and I think the main problem in places like Edinburgh is there are housing estates, projects where it's so poverty stricken. No one goes in there, no one deals with them. It's they're like a kind of society of junkies within themselves, and they're pretty much left to their own devices.
Would if someone came and gave them clean needles, would the government have a problem with that?
No.
No.
No, but the government is right wing, and it doesn't want to spend any of its hard stolen cash, giving it to junkies to stop the spread of AIDS.
Yeah, that's how we do. We don't want to spend 29 cents for a syringe, but we'll put some guy in a hospice for 9 years and pay for that. That's just good economics.
You're an angry young Democrat, aren't you?
I really am. It really pisses me off.
But part of it, though, in working with people that are addicts, there is a ritual of shooting up, and the sharing of needles is sometimes part of that ritual.
Right.
And there are also people in the prevention field that are politically neutral that debate whether or not giving out condoms and giving out clean needles actually encourages the use versus are you saving lives from preventing the spread of disease versus encouraging the sexually acting out for teens by giving out condoms. These are things that go on in a neutral
I realize there's lame arguments against my point, but that's just what they are.
Yeah, I found a needle earlier, and I was thinking about shooting up.
Yeah. Like my dad's going to find a bale of pot and go, hey, I got to get me one of those bongs. It's ludicrous. Either you do the stuff or you don't. And here's the beauty of it, by the way. And here's my point with that, by the way. It's like the old Jewish enema joke. It couldn't hurt. You know what I mean? Let's just give them the needles. So what? Maybe they don't use them. Let them start a collection. The beauty is if some guy in a VW van, some guy wearing Birkenstocks and an earring decided to give it out on his own, one of these right-wing wackos would probably shoot him in the name of Christ. I hate everybody. Laura.
Yes?
You're on Loveline.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, my question is, I wanted to know why I feel like I need to flirt with, every girl, whether she's straight or not, when I have a girlfriend.
You're insecure.
Is that what it is?
That's what I think. Ruby? Mark and Leslie from Ruby? What do you think?
I think she's insecure. I don't really have anything to add to that.
I noticed you pointed at Leslie when you said that.
I did not. I was pointing at you.
You were, man?
Mm-hmm. I was noticing your insecurities.
You think it is?
Stop looking at me.
I'm eyeballing you is what I'm doing.
I know, I see that, but I'll win.
It's real entertaining for the listening audience.
It's good radio.
It's great stuff.
We just had to stare down. Come on, we're going to thumb wrestle next. You guys listen in.
Poor Laura's waiting for some wisdom.
Well, give it to him, for Christ's sake. You're here for a night. Make a mark.
There are a lot of books.
Okay, Laura, now when you use the word compelled can imply sort of an obsessional thing with this. Or now, what kind of compulsion is this? And when you're talking about, we hear a lot about obsessive-compulsive disorder, people that feel compelled sexually to act out. Are you feeling compelled in that sort of way? Or?
No, it's she's gone. She's kind of in a correctional facility, so she's not here with me. But it's I don't know if I'm trying to get even with her, look, I can get more girls.
So your girlfriend is in a correctional facility, and you're...
And I'm on the outside.
Okay. She's a dad behind bars?
Huh?
You ever see that movie Chained Heat?
No, I haven't.
How about Concrete Jungle?
No.
You know what goes on in there?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're feeling compelled and there is some sort of method to the madness, so there's a reason that you're acting out like this to get back at someone versus just out of the clear blue, there's a compulsion to sexually act out. That sort of, when you use the word compelled, we can explain and you can work through the whatever feelings of maybe anger or frustration that your girlfriend, abandonment or whatever that may be.
What's she in for?
Assault.
Against you or somebody?
No, against someone else. This happened way before she met me.
Mm-hmm.
she kicked somebody once, and so she got in trouble.
She kicked somebody, and she's doing time?
She kicked somebody once, and there were 2 other people that did more damage to him, so she got in trouble for it.
Uh-huh.
So she did that before she met you.
Yeah.
Did you meet her in the pen?
Huh?
Did you meet her? Where did you meet her?
I met her at the City nightclub.
Oh, okay, so there's like a furlough nightclub night or something?
That was before she had her trial.
Oh, okay, I see. Oh, that's a good time to meet someone when they're just...
Pre-trial...
Yes, they're just being initiated into the penal system. That's lovely. Do they have conjugal visits for lesbians?
I'm not allowed to visit her because I'm just a friend, as they call me, but her parents really like me, so they somehow persuaded them to let me visit once a month.
Uh-huh. Can you go off to a trailer?
No. Nope. I have to sit there with her parents.
Oh, that's got to be a little uncomfortable with you guys making out and everything.
We can't touch.
Oh, okay. Is it the glass? Is it the plexiglass between you?
No, it's not. It's a tangible visit. We can hug once when she first comes out, and I can hug her when she leaves, but other than that, we're not allowed.
You get 2 hugs and a high five, but that's it. That is weird.
You found the source of frustration, I think.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, does that mean if you're married or if you're heterosexual, you can actually get your tongue down their throat or something?
Yeah. Yeah, you can have what's called the conjugal visit.
All right.
You go out to your own little trailer. The warden, puts on a little mood
fair,
music, and everyone has a good time. And speaking of mood music, this is Tiny Meat. Let me give the phone numbers out real fast. 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. The fax number, 310-854-4455. We're here tonight with Leslie Rankin and Mark Walk from the band Ruby. And basically what we're going to do here is we're going to kill about 55 seconds before we do the 10-second break at the top of the hour. So tell us a little about the band. Where are you going to be next? Plug away.
We're actually playing at the Dragonfly in LA tomorrow.
Oh, in Hollywood tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think it's sold out though. But we're coming back to play the Whiskey in about a month, March 26th.
Now, where are you going in between in that month?
We're going back to Britain for about 10 dates or something, and we start the main US tour in South by Southwest on March 16th.
Do you play in your hometown?
No.
Why not?
My hometown is a tiny little village in the middle of nowhere, and they don't have places where bands play, but maybe we will sometime.
But do you play at a place close enough where you can invite your old friends and schoolmates and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So that's kind of a kick.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I always thought once I got on the radio, my friends would take some interest and come out and see me, and it never happened. We'll be back in 10. There, we're back. So let me reset. We have Ruby in tonight. We have Dr. Bruce sitting in and doing a fine job, I might add, for Dr. Drew, who's away in Utah, theoretically skiing. I bet he comes back with some kind of injury. And we're gonna do what makes the Loveline great right now. We're going to Jenna on line 1. Jenna.
Hi.
You're on Loveline.
Hi.
Hi.
I have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 15, and since I was about in first grade, older men have been very attracted to me. When I was in first grade, I went out with a 7th grader, which is really weird if you can remember being a 7th grader.
When you're in first grade?
Yeah.
How old are you in first grade?
7.
7 or 8?
I was 7.
And you were going out with a 7th grader?
Yeah.
That's not going out. That's being abducted. Yeah, I mean...
Even by Loveline standards.
Yeah, well, we're fairly liberal over here, if you hadn't gathered by my whole syringe diatribe that I did 20 minutes ago. But still, a 13-year-old with hormones going through the roof, going out with a... going out. I can't even call it going out.
Who let that happen?
Really, my parents didn't really know. It was probably a big mistake. But I am 15 now. I am 6'3", and I have always looked a lot older than I am. I'm 15 now, and I've always.
So let me do some math now. You're 15, so you should be going out with 90-year-olds. Am I right? You're dating George Burns this weekend.
No. Actually, my boyfriend now is 25.
Oh.
And what do you? Are you like one of those waif models or something?
No.
Well, why? What's all right? All right, hold on. Let's just. I don't blame you. I blame the 25-year-old guy. I mean, Mark, how old are you?
32.
32.
But what interest does she think a 25-year-old guy would have in a 15-year-old girl?
Sexual?
My brother's listening to the radio.
Hmm?
Go ahead.
Who's listening?
Oh, my brother was trying to. My 4-year-old brother wants to hear me on the radio.
Probably best that he's not
yeah.
exposed to this at the tender age of 4.
Oh, he listens to you guys every night with me.
Are you serious? And he's going out with a 19-year-old at this point?
Oh, that's child abuse, a 4-year-old listening to this.
He's going out with one of the chicks from Friends.
No, actually, he's not. He's
All right.
a sweetie pie.
This is bordering on sick, isn't it?
Yeah, and I really do have a problem with it. It's just, I don't know. Like the girl before that called and said she flirted a lot. That's basically my story.
Do you ever go out with guys your own age?
What?
Do you ever go out with guys your own age?
Yeah, I do actually, and I don't know. I kind of find it boring.
Well, you're 6'3"?
What?
You're 6'3"?
I'm 6'3".
I can see where she'd be just a little like you're 14 and a half. You're going out with Susan Anton. You're 5'1". You're spindly. You barely have hair on your parts, and you're going out with this Amazon woman. I could see where that'd be a little intimidating, but there's a happy medium here. I mean, can't you go out with a 17-year-old?
What? Oh yeah. It's just I don't know.
Okay, have you seen a physician and been evaluated for any kind of growth problems? Have you had these kind of things done?
My dad is 7'5".
Okay, so there's a family history of that.
Your dad is not 7'5".
My dad is 7'5". I am not kidding.
Your dad, Manute Bull, 7'5".
No, I'm not kidding. My dad is 7'5".
I'll talk to him and make a fool of you.
No, he's not here.
Okay, what I think a more fundamental issue here is
stitches in his head.
First of all, what's your family background like? What's your family?
Oh, my parents are more than supportive.
Well, I mean, the first grade,
what?
7th grade thing. I mean, first of all, individuals that have individuals that have boyfriends, girlfriends that are much older, adults with children. That's a form of abuse, and frequently there was sexual or physical abuse earlier on. So anything unusual in your past like that?
Oh no, nothing at all. My parents don't really know about this kind of stuff.
Right, but at what age did you become sexually active, and how old was the guy? I mean,
I'm a virgin. I don't have sex with these guys. They just, it's just weird.
I think that makes a 25-year-old even sicker, if I may say so, in my own retarded logic.
I think, in my humble opinion, you should be concentrating on making a career for yourself in basketball and give up the blokes. Yeah.
Actually, I figure skate.
Oh, you do? You can't figure skate when you're that tall. With the skates on, you're 9 feet. You got to be like a Christy Yamaguchi.
So I want to know about this
skate with
guy.
Connie Harding.
yeah, what's your 25-year-old boyfriend all about?
What does he do?
He works at oh god, what's it called?
The John Deere factory?
No, oh gosh, I don't even remember what it's called. It's some abbreviation, and I don't remember. But
What does he do, though?
ASCAP?
What do you do on a date?
what do we do on a date?
Yeah.
Oh, we usually go out for dinner. We talk a lot, and I mean, there is kissing and stuff involved, but.
Yeah, see, at 15 years old, obviously you've looked a lot older all of your life. At 15 years old, you need to be around other individuals your age, other kids your age. A 25-year-old guy's got problems. Mentally you're 15, and that's not a put down for you. You're a 15-year-old, and you sound like you're pretty mature for 15. And girls mature faster than guys, so typically a 15-year-old is going to be dating a 16 or 17-year-old, and that's no problem. But you're cheating yourself. You're going out with a guy that's got a problem, a 25 dating a 15-year-old. And you need to take control of the situation, and it's going to be tough. You're going to find older men attracted to you. You're probably an attractive girl, and it's bad you're keeping it a secret from your parents. You don't need this kind of stress. And a 25-year-old guy is going to pressure you for sex at some point.
And the guy is I'm just going on a limb and say the guy's a retard.
He's a creep.
Yeah, he's a creep. No 25-year-old guy should be going out with a 15-year-old
Where
girl.
does he live?
He lives in hell.
This guy's an asshole. Can I say that?
Hey, Dr. Drew from the grave again.
Well, and this guy could get some jail time for this.
He certainly could.
If he consummates the relationship.
I think he should get at least be put in some sort of psychiatric ward just for dating a 15-year-old. Sasha, do you agree?
Most definitely.
Okay, good. You're on Loveline.
Hi. Well, here's my problem. I'm 20, and I've had exactly 6 sexual partners, and 3 of which were, long-term relationships.
That's a virgin by Loveline standards, by the way. You're officially a Loveline virgin. We're going to send you out a T-shirt and a medallion.
Well, I feel like a virgin because, basically I've never had an orgasm. And, I used to think that maybe I just hadn't had that emotional bond with the guy, but I was reading this magazine, and it said orgasms were dependent on, like, a subconscious choice, about genetic compatibility or something. So I'm basically wondering what's wrong with me. And
I kind of think that subconscious choice thing is a bit of a cop-out for a lot of people. I think for the most part it's a load of crap.
Leslie, any difficulty in the orgasm department, if you don't mind me asking?
It depends a lot. It definitely depends on who you're with. It also depends on how well you know your own body and how much time you spend with your own body. Do you masturbate?
I've tried a couple times and I can't do it then either.
Oh, well, I'm stumped then.
Has she tried
damn it.
machinery? Has she tried machine?
Yeah, like a backhoe or a bobcat or something like that, like a trencher.
I mean, for women, there are various ways of masturbating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it depends if you actually go inside yourself or whether you just play around with your clitoris.
And you're not talking about being introspective. You're talking about violating yourself.
Yeah,
I've done both. I mean, my friend got me a vibrator for my birthday. So.
Fantastic. And are you using it right?
Is there a right way? I mean,
well,
you turn it on, you kind of stick it down there,
You don't warm it up with any oral sex, do you, Sasha?
No.
Listen. You have to, I mean, basically, the vagina's like a Rubik's Cube. You just have to keep twisting it until everything matches up right.
What an analogy. She's a genius.
I think you should concentrate more on your clitty than inside you anyway. I think that's a lot of the time it's far more sensitive. And do you fantasize while you're doing it?
Do I? No, I don't.
Well, there's your problem.
Yeah, you go. Go and get some dirty books somewhere or watch some really bad TV. I think David Letterman's always a good one for that.
Yeah.
He always really turns me on anyway.
Yeah, me too.
That's healthy. We got a whole nother show to do on Mark now.
Exactly.
Sasha?
Yes?
You have to fantasize. You understand? I fantasize when I'm having sex. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Here's you spend your whole life masturbating, fantasizing about having sex, and then you start having sex, you're fantasizing about something else.
Yeah,
I fantasize about masturbating while I'm having sex. But it is kind of a bizarre fact. Oh, don't give me that look, Bruce.
That's
oh, you
sounds like an attention deficit problem.
I just saw
I've got a medication.
I just saw your thought bubble, Bruce. There's a big penis swinging in it.
And you're reading minds now, too. Okay.
Sasha.
Right. Yeah.
Keep marry that vibrator for a weekend and get yourself some books and get yourself some videos and really just figure it out.
Yeah, just start thinking about reading all the time, and that usually works.
I'll try that.
I do it all the time. That's why I come out with an album like that,
go
and buy the album, and that'll sort you out.
Cussing isn't so bad in other places. It really sounded okay. We just heard
Well,
you said you kind of spit out the S word, but it was cute.
I don't even think. I mean, the kind of vocabulary I use, I don't even think of that word as being a.
And you'd think you could use that word on this show when we're getting into all sorts of bizarre.
Well, you use the P word.
Penis?
No, piss.
Piss?
Yeah, you see.
Piss is fine.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Piss is fine, but the other stuff isn't.
Piss is in the Bible.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. And he pissed, and it was good.
That little piss ant down there.
No, you know how Moses put out the burning bush? Oh, you know the show's turned in a bad direction when I start quoting the Bible, by the way. That always means it's Thursday, and it's almost time to go, but we don't want to go anywhere too fast because we want to talk to Ken.
Hey.
Ken, you're on Loveline with Ruby.
Well.
Sounds ecstatic.
Well, you know, I'm trying to contain myself here. It's a bit of a dilemma, so to speak. I have a friend I've known for a little over 8 years, and we live like this parallel lives kind of thing going on. It's real bizarre. And we both got married. We've both gotten divorced and whatnot.
This is a male friend of yours.
No. There's a gal I know.
Oh, okay. That sounded like a bizarre question. I know.
It's a gal.
It's a gal.
Oh, I like gals.
It's all right. So it's a gal pal of yours.
Yeah.
And you guys are about the same age.
Yeah.
And you've been living parallel lives. I mean, you got married about the same time.
Right.
Okay.
We're like the best of friends. We met under like strange circumstances too.
Right.
I don't know. It's like a destiny kind of thing. I guess you might. I don't know. It's just one of those things. We met in England during my sophomore year when I went to school over there, of all places. And she lives out of state. I've known her for a long time. We're like real close. We know each other better than, you know.
Does she have some sort of cosmetic line you'd like to plug at this point, or are you going to ask a question?
No, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I'm thinking about moving there to give the relationship a chance.
What relationship?
Because we've been, like, skirting around the issue for so long about actually giving a relationship a shot.
So you guys are basically, all right, so here's what happens. Ken, even if I'm wrong, don't butt in.
Why?
Why? Because it's my freaking show.
Oh, okay.
Here's what's happening.
All right.
And this is a common thing. People, male and female, they strike up friendships, and there's never any physical relationship. They're just friendships, and they go their separate ways. Okay. She marries an alcoholic. He marries an abuser. Then they both get divorced, and then they date, and they date these crazy people, and everything's hell. And then like 10 years later, they get back together, and they go, "Hey, maybe we should have got together because everyone else is nuts, and we seem to get along okay." Am I right, Ken?
Are you done now? So I can like not interrupt, right? Okay. You're kind of off base there. There was a brief relationship between the two of us at one point in time, and it's not like a rebound thing because I've seen other people and it's like, you know.
How old are the kids?
My kid?
Both her kids, your kids.
There's a stumper.
My daughter is she's around 2 years old, and her son is he's a little less than 2 years old.
Okay, Ken. So the question is,
right?
Do you pack up, risk everything, and move out to where she is and try to start something up with her?
Yeah, I mean, because I feel personally that I don't think I'm going to be able to, have a relationship with somebody else unless I give this a shot.
You're saying she will always be a question mark?
Yeah, I mean, constantly. I mean, yeah. Definitely.
All right, so pack everything up, go over there, destroy the relationship in 6 months, and then move back with a clean conscience, able to date others.
But don't move. It's an absolute disaster to move in before you know the stability of the relationship, because anything you do with kids is going to be magnified. The stability of your relationship is really an important factor before you move in. You got to think about the kids. So,
Mark, Leslie from Ruby, what do you think?
I think. How does she feel about it?
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't heard anything about what she.
In America, we don't ask the woman before we move in. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking of storming a house on the way home.
Has he said he's moving in? He just said he was moving there. He didn't say he was moving in.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she has alluded to the fact that when I move there, that I'm more than welcome to move in.
Right. this seems like it's going to end in tragedy, except for what are you doing anyway? I mean, what do you got going now?
Well, how about a vacation then?
What do you mean, what do I have going now?
I mean, you don't have anything going now, right?
Oh, no, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You got another relationship going?
Yeah.
Oh, well, she must be flattered that you're planning your next move out without her.
Oh, well, she knows about it.
Oh.
You see, I want to know more about the 2-year-old. I want to know where's the biologic mom?
Okay, the mother lives here. Matter of fact, the mother has met my friend. They get along fine, but she lives here.
Yeah. Just remembering that 2-year-olds and children at each stage of development have different ways of seeing the world and relating to adults. And just to throw another adult into the home, if you're going to move in together, there's a lot of trauma that goes on from things like that. You got to think. I think first, you have a 2-year-old. You have a responsibility to the 2-year-old. If you want to move there, find out if the relationship's going to work, but not by moving in right away.
All right, Ken.
Okay.
This is not going to be settled in my lifetime. At least on the air.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No, I understand.
It's a tough call. I would write everything down on paper and then put it on the refrigerator and stare at it for 2 years before I did anything. Ken needs the Etch-a-Sketch to be shaken. Do you get that feeling? I will give Engineer Mike. We need the sound of an Etch-a-Sketch being shaken, and I don't even know if there's a sound that would denote that, but.
That's really bad.
Hey, maybe we could do some sampling on your next album.
Maybe the next album could be called Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruce, let's give him one more shot. Hey, don't get sick on me, Mark. All right, we're going to take one more quick call before we go to break. Steven.
Yes.
Hey, you're on Loveline.
Thank you. I have 2 questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
First one for the doctor.
Go ahead.
My parents, being hippies that they were, didn't have me circumcised.
Uh-huh.
And so now I have a problem with some sort of premature ejaculation. And I'm assuming that's because I wasn't circumcised. Is that true?
No, that's not true.
I happen to know about this.
Oh.
But
you
go
want to take
ahead.
a stab at it?
No, with a stab at his penis. Like Lorena Bobbitt over here.
No, that shouldn't be the reason there's a problem with premature ejaculation. And at your age, it's this is really, I think, an issue of
maturity
and anxiety and comfort with is this a stable relationship you've been in, or has this happened with one night stands, or just issues? Those are the kind of questions I'd have.
It's pretty much a stable relationship.
Stephen, here's the deal, because I was just hearing about this yesterday. Apparently, here's the way it works. The penis, when it has the sheath, if you will, over it, or the foreskin, is one layer thick on the epidermal scale, whatever they call that. What would you call that?
That's fine.
Okay.
Epidermis.
One layer. When it's been exposed, and let me tell you about the penis, it takes a beating. I mean, pardon the pun, but when the penis is circumcised, the head of the penis is knocked around like a racquetball inside your shorts. Wait a minute, I think I just scored. All right, the point is it's smacking up against the jeans, you're rubbing everything. I use mine to actually work on my car. So, I mean, I'll take the lug nuts off there like one of those pneumatic
wrenches. I think you knew something about this. You're going to get a serious answer.
No, I'm serious.
Oh, okay.
Like an impact wrench. I can rotate my tires in 10 minutes. Now, here's the deal. It gets to be 15 layers thick eventually because it becomes calloused. I mean, like any skin on your body, meaning the skin on your arm is thin because it does not take anything, and the skin on your hand, because it's being used constantly, my left hand slightly more than my right, it builds up a callus. So your penis becomes callous. It becomes less sensitized, desensitized,
was this a
if
doctor
you will.
last night taught you this?
No, I was listening to another guy on the ride home. Drew hates him when I bring him up, but I love the guy. So the point is this is true, but it doesn't mean squat, because in places like Europe, where many of the men aren't circumcised, the majority of the men aren't circumcised, they don't have a problem statistically with premature ejaculation. Am I right, Leslie?
I've got no idea. Nobody I hang out with anyway. But at the same time, you would think even the a penis with a foreskin on it is going to be less sensitive because it's got the foreskin on it, even when it's inside somebody.
Yeah, but it's like the dog. You know, when the dog gets an erection out, it looks like lipstick.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of one of those things.
Yeah, but that's
you still got a half an inch of blubber
circumcised,
rattling around
uncircumcised.
Oh, I wish.
That's not generally the problem with premature ejaculation.
All
so
right.
it's more of a...
Steven?
So it's like more sensitive when it's out.
Yeah, but Steven, listen.
Uh-huh.
You got the right idea by blaming your parents, but don't blame the penis. Blame them for the emotional scarring that caused the premature ejaculation. And we'll be back.
Hi, this is Robert Blake, and you're listening to Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. Keep on stroking.
What the hell? Oh, Robert Blake. We should get him back soon. He was a sage, that man. Stop messing with the microphone, Mark.
Yeah, Leslie.
Yeah, all right. I'll go there. Fine. Whatever you want to play.
I move these for a living.
You do?
Yeah.
You work for Beacons?
Yeah.
Let me get the phone numbers out. 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. Fax number 310-854-4455. We're here with Leslie Rankin and Mark Walken. Walken. I was thinking of Christopher Walken today, actually. I saw a movie of his over the weekend. Enjoyed it. Mark Walk from Ruby. And Wheeze has a song off of Saltpeter, which is the name of Ruby's CD.
Yes.
And the name of that song is Paraffin. That was Ruby off of Saltpeter with Paraffin. Isn't paraffin the like wax that you melt on top of preserves?
No, actually, in Britain, anyway, it's just a sort of flammable liquid with a rather pungent smell.
All right, let me read some lyrics here from the song. Old man got me in the eye again, stuck his bony finger in, turned me around, and did it all. Now I smell like paraffin. The hell does that mean?
Christ knows. I probably wrote it about 3 o'clock in the morning after vast quantities of berry beer.
All right, so it doesn't... I mean, you're taking artistic license. It doesn't necessarily have to be about some event that happened. No old man approached you with preserves or anything.
No, or
a bony finger.
Or bony finger or any kind of heating flammable liquid or anything like that. No, it's just a kind of vague thing about people in positions of power who don't deserve it or kind of demand respect and don't deserve it, basically. You know, old farts in suits. And
old guys
Can you say fart? Is that right? Okay.
I hope so.
Especially if you can't pronounce an R.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Believe me. You know, with your dialect or your accent, you can say just about anything. You could say "kill the Jews" and it'd come off sounding real nice.
I don't know.
See you later, man.
Mark, you know I'm kidding, man.
Okay.
You Jewish guy?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you people are so creative. All right. The guy making fun of from a religion standpoint would be Mark Walk. He is from Ruby. The gal was talking about paraffin is Leslie Rankin. I know you don't like to be called a gal, I'm sure.
I don't really care.
But I'm the guy.
You know, as long as you get the kind of vague gender distinctions right, you know.
I am Adam Carolla. Tonight we have Dr. Bruce sitting in for Dr. Drew and doing an more than ample
well, thank you.
job as he shoots me a look. Chris.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, you're on Loveline.
Good. Big fan of yours. Say hi to Ruby and Dr. Bruce. Nice to have you in tonight. I just had a comment more than anything than a question.
You're the Loveline ambassador, yes? Fantastic having you kids aboard. If you need anything, I'll be on the Lido deck.
I'm Julie from Live Boat. Anyway, I just had a comment more than anything about a caller that you had earlier named Tom.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a dilemma about opening up to his mom about being gay.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the similar situation a couple years ago with my best friend. His parents are like the Disneyland characters of religion, and everything that they had of stereotypical gay was from TV. And he was terrified of coming out to his friends, including me being his best friend of like 6 years, and to his best friend, and to his parents. He just didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he finally came out to me, and he didn't know what to do. I mean, he would cry at any given moment just because he was so frustrated and so stressed over everything.
Well, the gays are very emotional people.
Well,
All right, who's left? I got the Jews and the gays. Who's next?
But anyway, he was just so stressed over having to tell his parents because they're such religious figures. He didn't know how they would handle it, and he still lives with them. And now we're both 22, and it's been a couple years. He told them, I don't know, like a couple months afterwards, he had to break down and he had to tell him. But my point is they got over it. They still love him. They've adapted to it. And my comment was to Tom just to say, you know, if he feels like he can't hold it in any longer, even if he's living with his mom, he's got to tell her, because no matter what happens, if it's a true mom, an unconditional love, she'll still love him no matter what. She'll adapt to it.
Right.
And that was my main comment. That's all I wanted to call. It's been bugging me since I heard it in my car cruising home. So I just thought I'd call and make the comment and say hey to you guys.
Thank you, Chris.
And I'll be listening to you later.
Take care. You know, I was having this idea. Well, I had many ideas while Chris was talking.
I was very impressed with your self-restraint there.
Because I had many ideas. I came up with a way to clear up this whole greenhouse effect, but then I forgot.
Flight of ideas. I've got a drug for you.
I came up with some clean-burning alternative fuels, and then I forgot that one. I had many ideas about the nature of man being good or evil. I had a lot. But one idea that did stick with me, there should be an organization called Newsbreakers. Here's a group that goes to your house and breaks news in a very polite way to people. For instance, your son is gay. We thought you should know. You know what I mean? You could talk to these people. Your son's got herpes. You know what I mean? This could be an organization. You know, you have people these days. They plan parties. You have people these days who you know, they do your toenails. Why can't we have an organization or group of people that you pay that would handle things professionally and delicately with eloquence, the way a guy like Tom could never do it? You know what I mean?
That's very codependent.
But don't you think it would be good to have someone who's experienced in telling parents about their gay sons or daughters come and break the news? You don't think there's any market for this at all?
I think there might be, but you're encouraging dysfunction. I mean, my God.
Then the sons and daughters would have to walk into the house afterwards, and the atmosphere would be, like, thick enough to cut with a knife and really dodgy.
There'd be some kind of bad newsbreakers van where the kid could park out front, the kid could sit in it and monitor what was going on. You know what I mean? And then come back in at an opportune time. Maybe...
years later?
Yeah. In the next life.
That would
maybe
work.
It could be a public thing, you know,
Yeah.
like a government office.
Yeah, or you could just...
They could have a uniform.
One guy who just float around like if you're having a party going, pardon me, but...
Maybe they could have a singing one. You know what I mean? They could come up with balloons and stuff like that and sing and cakes.
Do it perhaps like if your son's gay, we do
your son is gay.
Little Herman's Hermits. All right, maybe we'll do if your son's gay, we do an Ethel Merman song. And if she's lesbian, we do like Joan Baez or something with a little edge to it. Am I right? Okay, I'm wrong, but we'll be back. Alrighty, the name of the show is Loveline. My name's Adam Carolla. Sitting in for Dr. Drew is Dr. Bruce. Guest tonight, Ruby. We have Leslie Rankin and Mark Walk from the group. And, well, that's about it with the group, actually. Except for the guys who actually play with you when you're on the road, but they're not really the group. You guys are the brains.
Yeah, we do the writing and recording stuff, and then we get some people in. Yeah.
And you do it in Mark's studio in Seattle.
Yeah.
And then you go get the band together and say, here's what you guys got to do.
Yep. Basically.
Let me give the phone numbers out. 1-800-LOVE-191. Not that I didn't want to talk about that. We do have a show to do here. Fax number 310-854-4455. Bruce is drawing with a highlighter pencil, so we cannot make out what the hell it is.
I think it's crop circles, isn't
I think Bruce should go out and call in.
Bruce really wants to take line 3, and that's why we're going to line 5. Emma.
Yes.
Hey, you're on Loveline.
I can't believe it. How are you guys?
Oh, fantastic.
Good. You guys are entertainment beyond belief. The commercials have a little bit to be desired, but...
Yeah. We're seeing if I can just talk straight through those.
Do you listen to the same commercials all across the United States, or are they different in each state?
I don't even... this is news that we're even on across the United States. I thought we were just on in parts of North Hollywood.
Okay. That's news to me, too. No, I'm calling from Santa Barbara.
You have a question?
I have a crazy streak in me this evening, considering it's leap year, the 29th every 4 years. Somebody told me today that women are able to ask their lovers to marry them on this year.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Katie.
Sadie Hawkins.
Sadie Hawkins.
Really?
And my boyfriend is visiting me from Colorado, and he's at my house right now. And I'm at work, where I listen to you guys every night. And I wanted to call him and ask him to marry me.
Oh, really?
And I don't know if he's listening or not. But is this craziness?
Yes, you're clinically insane, but this is good radio.
Thank you. Dr. Bruce, am I insane?
No, but poor judgment, maybe.
What do you mean, poor judgment?
The voice of reason.
She's listening and she likes you.
that is a strike.
It's a love-like thing with Loveline, you know.
All right, do we want to call him? At your home, right?
Yeah.
And explain to him that in a little quicker fashion than you did to us just now, that it's leap year, and it's Sadie Hawkins year, and it's the year of the rat. If you're in a whole Chinese calendar.
What year was that?
That is this year.
Okay,
And,
all right.
and it is time for you to ask him. How long have you gone out with him?
We've known each other for about 7 months.
Nothing wrong with a little impulse here. Let me explain.
I don't know. It might
They're not
just
going to
be
make
worth
it a year, so might as well get hitched now.
It might just be worth it just for brownie points and a good back rub when you get home, you know?
Yeah, then blow it off tomorrow.
Yeah, you can always wake up tomorrow and say, I was
I'll
drunk.
get over it.
Yeah. We had a wild hair.
This is a wild hair.
That's what I'm saying. All right, Emma. So we're going to get this guy's number. We're going to give him a call back, right?
Okay.
All right, we're going to put you on hold. You give it to lovely Sherry. And, by the way, going back about 3 hours to Shannon, who called at the top of the show, we put her on hold trying to call her boyfriend or something like
Visiting
that.
his brother.
Anyway, brother picked up the phone. Boyfriend wasn't around, and then I forgot all about it. So nothing ever came of that. And what call do you want to go to, Mr. Bruce?
3.
3? Line 4, Kristen.
You're abusive.
Hello.
Kristen, you've been on hold for 1 hour and 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry,
107
minutes, which is an hour and a half plus 7 minutes. Oh no, wait a minute, hour and 40.
47 minutes.
Jesus. It only took me 20 minutes to decipher the amount of time you're on the phone. Kristen?
Yes.
You have a question?
I had a question for you.
Oh.
I just wanted to know if you had any connections on how I could get into porn acting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a guy named Vito? What city are you in?
North Hollywood.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, statistically, you should have already been in 3 porn movies then if you live in North Hollywood. There's some sort of ordinance that if you live in North Hollywood, which is the porn capital of the world, if you're between the ages of 16 and 65, you must do at least 3 films a year.
It's interesting.
As a matter of fact, I'm due.
She's called and singled you out as advice for...
Yeah. It's flattery. Yes. Well, we had the lovely Jenna Jameson on last night. I'm guessing that's her Christian name. And she talked all about the pornography world, of which she was Starlet of the Year this year. And I said that I went and watched her apply her craft, as it were, in some barn in North Hollywood. It was about 130 degrees in there, and I almost passed out. But I was able to last the 14 hours that it took to make this movie.
Enjoyed every minute.
Yeah, from what I know, actually, you could call. Why don't you call? There's a place. I guess we'll give them a plug. There's a place called Wicked Pictures.
Mm-hmm.
That's. I think it's in Canoga Park. It's in the West Valley. Probably be able to get it through the information.
Kristen, why do you want to get into porn movies?
Well,
oh, okay.
Do we want to be...
Okay, well, all right, let's go. Let's tackle that, and then I'll get into the address.
Well, I don't know. I just thought it might be fun.
Okay, I'm turning nice now. Yeah, what's going on?
What do you mean?
What do you mean you thought it'd be... It's not. It's really kind of hot and it's dirty and food's free and the pay's low, but...
Well, at first I want to do stripping, but...
Oh, you want to... Well, what's going on? You got a boyfriend?
A few.
Where's your dad?
He's not around.
Yeah. Did he do anything to you?
No.
You got along well with him?
Yeah.
Where is he now?
I don't know, somewhere in the valley.
Any abuse history, any problems when you were growing up, any substance abuse problems?
No.
Yeah, we may get a huge phone response after me saying this, but a lot of the people in the pornography industry are not, not there as helping type people, and there's a lot of dysfunction
Well,
and a lot
seemed
of...
okay.
Yeah, I guess I missed that show.
Yeah,
but
there's not a whole lot of nurturing going on in the porn
It's
business.
not a real healthy industry. It's not a real healthy job choice, and the sexuality there, without getting into any moralizing. It's not what you want your daughter to get into.
What about your son?
No, not my son.
Okay, good.
Kristen.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. It's something that you can't really take back. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, once you get in, you get in and you burn bright, but you burn fast. It's one of those things, and they use you up and they spit you out pretty quick. I mean, it's pretty fast turnover in the porn business, and you end up regretting it later, most likely.
Well,
you know what I'm saying, Kristen?
yeah.
I mean, you want to go on. I mean, you're 20 years old now, but you want to go on and get married and have a family and do all that kind of what we'd call normal stuff eventually.
I guess, maybe.
I would think you probably will at some point in your life. And this kind of jeopardizes that to a degree. It is hard. You become stigmatized. It becomes hard to get out. You stay in too long. And it's not necessarily the greatest group. As much as I hate to bash.
No, but I thought you would agree with me since you are Adam Carolla.
Yeah, well, I like to watch your movies and all, but you know what I mean? It's like I like to drink Coke. It doesn't mean I want to go to work at the factory.
There's
no idea what that meant.
There is a lot of victimization that goes on in that industry. I've treated patients in my addiction medicine practice that have, described to me their experience in stripping and in working in pornographic movies, and it's to me it's a horrible place to end up. And I think you should just not jump into that before you really look at other options for a career.
Kristen, just really take some time and weigh it out and talk to some of your friends and talk to everybody and really decide you want to do it. And then if you want to do it and you're really set on it, then you can call the folks over there at Wicked Pictures. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there are people who do it, who make a lot of money, who enjoy it, who seem fine with it.
She doesn't seem too sure.
No,
yeah, she doesn't seem sure.
I get the impression that she called up here because she wants to talk about something else that's plaguing her.
Right.
Mind,
I
and that
did
is
too.
a way to get into
And
it. And
I
didn't think she was being honest about talking about her past. And
I completely agree with you, Leslie, except for we have potential newlyweds waiting to get on the show, and we have to go to them. Engineer Mike, are you going to bring them up?
Hello?
Emma?
Hi.
Chris?
Yes.
Chris, concubine of Emma?
Excuse me?
Yeah, you are the new... Dump this guy with his vocabulary. Chris?
Yes.
You know who Emma is?
Yes, I
Hi,
do.
Christopher.
Hi, Emma.
You know it's leap year, Chris.
I know, I've heard.
You know what that means?
Yes.
Emma wants to leap on top of you when she gets home.
I'll be waiting for it.
You got it.
You're lucky it's not sodomy year.
He doesn't use the right talc powder, though.
Oh, yeah. A woman after my own heart. She's cut out of the right cloth.
We just need the brand, Adam.
Emma?
Brand.
Emma.
Yes.
We have about 45 seconds, so do not be sidetracked. This is the most important day of your life. Go ahead.
You, my love. I love you so much, and I know you don't believe me every time I ask you to marry me, so I had to do it over the air in front of the whole nation.
Now it's official.
Will you marry me?
Of course I will.
Woo! Oh, my God. Under the stars and the moon.
I don't believe you. Well, I should, but
Now, have you thought about a date, Emma?
Welcome to California.
Have you bought him a ring, Emma?
Yes, I did, actually.
Are you going to carry his ass across the threshold, Emma?
Across the plank, maybe, yes. Take the big dive.
When are you thinking about tying the knot?
I don't know. Maybe this summer.
Oh.
Chris, you can be a June bride. You'll be blushing.
When's a good time to get married, I don't know. You just got to
I'd do it tomorrow.
Yeah, do it tomorrow. Yeah, because one of you is going to wise up.
I just skip down to Vegas like now. You could probably catch the last flight.
Can't you guys get him a ticket?
Yeah, we can set. I can't even get a freaking T-shirt. Are you kidding?
Chris thought it was for next 4 years, leap year, they'd get married.
Oh, so your anniversary, you only like celebrate like 3 in your lifetime.
Oh, it's a real cheapskate kind of deal.
Actually, 1 if you're talking about the average marriage. Go to Vegas. That's it. Catch your red eye to Vegas. You calling from Santa Barbara, Emma?
Yeah, I'm calling from Santa Barbara.
What, they have an airport there? It's just like a dock.
Oh, yeah. No, they have an airport. They have an airport.
All right, hop in the Cessna Piper Cub, just like the one they shot down over the airspace in Cuba there, and wing on to Vegas. Get loaded.
Is Leslie going to be at the Hard Rock Cafe? Maybe I could pay her to sing for us.
The Hard Rock. Where's the Hard Rock Cafe?
Oh, it's bad casino in Vegas. You don't want to go there. Stick
if I were you, I would just go straight to the nearest lesbian Elvis impersonator and get the job done pronto.
Actually, I'm the nearest lesbian Elvis impersonator. So go to the second closest one.
Love me tender to my boyfriend Leslie.
Love me tender, love me true.
Oh, no.
Oh, my.
Thank
you.
Hustle, Hazel, hey.
As you will receive.
All right, Emma,
yes.
Chris, congratulations. Chris, you may want to start picking out garters.
I gotta go to the bathroom now. Jeez.
You sir, do you do that sitting down or? All right, now that I've robbed you of your masculinity, we're going to commercial. Fast. I want to thank Ruby, would be Leslie Rankin and Mark Walk. They came in, they did a fine job. They're real sports, and I want everyone to go out and buy Ruby's record, Saltpeter. I want to thank Dr. Bruce for coming in here and doing a great job on short notice. Fantastic. Dr. Drew, I hear, will be back on Sunday, and you'll hear him say things like...
You're fat. You're overweight. When I was 19, I ate about 4 boiled peyote buttons and stayed up all night but felt no fat. If I find you stealing my underwear again, here's what's going to happen. This is not acceptable. Pee on this stick for me. You're gay.
And other Drewisms you all have known and loved over the years. Until then, I'm Adam Carolla, and we'll see you Sunday.
So that's it, then. You have been listening to Loveline. The opinions expressed on Loveline by Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew, or anyone are not necessarily ours. Be happy. Be happy. Happy, happy, happy.
Happy.
Loveline's producer is Ann Wilkins. Thank you. Thank you.